So how's it going at Quinta Essencial? I had some pictures of some bottles, a picture of some bottles, and there was beer or cider in there. Have you been making brews just recently?
That was last year's cider.
Okay.
And so they say you should be drinking the previous year's cider as you're bottling the current year's.
Sounds like a good idea.
And so, because we like ours to be sparkling or espumante, what we do is obviously the cider, when you brew it first, it comes out flat like a scrumpy, and it's kind of a little bit cloudy, which I'm hoping to avoid this year. I've double filtered this year. But then we add like a spoonful of organic sugar to each bottle, just as we cap it. And then if you leave it to winter, you could drink it maybe summer, but if you leave it to winter, that's what makes it all bubbly and lovely and gassy and all the things that you want in a cider.
Sounds good. Sounds very good. And was it tasty?
It's very dry. Last year's was very dry. And so, because, I mean, what we've got like 15 apple trees, and in cider, as in life, I'm completely indiscriminate, and so everything goes in.
Yeah.
And it seems that we produce a nice dry cider. I originally started making it just for my lovely partner, Oriel.
Yeah.
Because she is a cider drink. She likes a glass of cider, and was horrified to find that you can only buy Somersby here.
Yeah, me too.
It's all the things.
I don't get it, Jason. You know, we live here in the Silver Coast, and there are miles and miles of orchards where great cider, good perry could be made from the wonderful orchards here, and it doesn't seem to be a necessarily a big Portuguese thing.
Well, I'll speak to my neighbours about it, and quite often their response is, "We have grapes." And having this is my third year doing cider, and we're getting the process down a little bit better. But so what I've learned is the longer you can leave the apples laying on the floor, or collect them up in bodgers and store them in your barn, what you want to wait for is when they go slightly wrinkly, because otherwise trying to get the juice out of an apple is akin to getting blood out of a stone.
Yeah. And
so it takes quite a bit of manual graft to get enough juice to make it worthwhile doing.
Yes.
And so to put it in perspective, I think the first year we made roughly 20 litres. The second year we made approximately 50 litres. This year we've hit 100 litres. And so, and it's the same amount of apples, same amount of trees. It's just a slightly different process. It's been made. I mean, even that's had its stumbling blocks because of the perceived energy crisis. The cost of glass has gone through the roof, and so like last year's cider, I put it into medias, like your normal standard size super bock or flat yeah,
500 maybe.
And they probably cost me about, I don't know, 25 cents a pop. This year I can't get them for less than 50 cents each plus IVA, and that's purely the energy cost.
Yes, and you say the perceived energy crisis. You think some manipulation going on there, do we?
I mean, as with any market, I think there is a level of manipulation. Right. You know, most markets are controlled in some kind of fashion.
Yes.
It's just unfortunate that nobody can actually not do without energy.
True.
Unless you're off grid.
Yeah, and no good crisis goes to waste, does it? Let's face it. Unless, of course, you're dealing with people locally and having to look them in the eye when you're putting your prices up. And that's the difference between you and a corporation, of course. You run Quinta Essencial, which is a wonderful shop and operation in central Portugal.